Hello and welcome to Talking Good Games. Just finished Sevilla 1, West Ham United nil in the first leg of the last 16 of the Europa League. We're here to discuss the highlights. Gonzo, let's just skip straight to half time. What were you thinking? Well, actually, before we do that, Vlasic. The biggest chance of the game for West Ham by a country mile. Free kick floated into the back post. Declan Rice heads it back into the 6-yarder to Vlasic, and he sort of Vlasic!
It was. He tried to really get as much power. He had to try and generate the power, and it just lacked accuracy. And then I would say it was just a bad miss. And then for Antonio to completely miss the ball. I mean, he missed the ball. Really bad actually. But yeah, look at one of those things. Vlasic also had another shot later on. I think Souček had a shot as well. The best chances fell to us during that game. So, yeah, we won't. No, but look, there were other bad things that happened aside from that. But I'm well impressed. Well impressed. I've got to say, I bring it on. Bring on the second leg massively. If that's all they got, that ain't going to be enough at our place. They better bring something else aside from that. Because I tell you what, we will be better next time. We will be better. They better be better than that. Otherwise, we'll put them out. I'm pretty sure of that.
They'll be thinking the same thing, though. They'll be thinking the same thing. Anyway,
I don't care.
At half time, I was happy. I was more than happy with what I saw at Guns. There was no nil at half time. I thought we played well in the first half. That we were organised. We're working hard. It was like a continuation of Liverpool away on Saturday. Really, I felt like I just watched like another 45 minutes from Anfield, where we did everything right except stick the ball in the back of the net. And we knew this was going to be a tough game. They've got the best defense in the league. We weren't going to get loads of chances, but I was happy with what we were creating. We were creating bits and pieces, and that one glorious chance to Vlasic, and just do anything except head it with power, basically. You know, head it to the flick it into the side, or even try and take it. It was quite a low. By the time it reached him, it was relatively low. Just take it down on your chest. He had plenty of time as well. The more you watch it, the worse it gets, actually, because he does the only thing he shouldn't do, which is just try and put a bit of oomph into it, and it just goes straight to the goalkeeper. But I thought we were playing really good in the first half. I thought I liked the formation. The way I saw it was I thought Declan Rice was a defensive midfielder this evening. Certainly until they scored, I thought he was playing as a sort of a number 4, if you like, and that Lanzini and Souček were sort of like a double pivot number 8. So they were both playing centre midfield, a bit like how Manchester City play with a 4-3-3, matching up how Sevilla play with their 4-3-3. Could have caught us off guard a little bit because they had an injury in the warm-up to Rakitic, and they put Munir in, who's a bit more attacking than him. But I was happy hammer at halftime, Gonzo.
You've literally just, I might as well handed you my notes for the first half. You've just said everything. Yeah, absolutely right. Absolutely right. I can't really add much to that, to be honest with you. I thought, obviously Johnson, I thought was playing magnificently. Absolutely magnificently. I have to say, I totally agree with the Rice and Souček observation. Not a lot of space for corners. I noticed that the hoardings very tight, pinched. They pinched the hoardings in, but the corners don't know if that's a regular thing or they just do that. But there was no more than 2 strides before you take a corner, which I thought was really very what's the word I'm looking for? Claustrophobic in there, certainly. I thought En-Nesyri was. Well, he started off straight away, out jumped Zuma. Next time it went over, out jumped Dawson. So they had to watch him all the time. I thought we had a really good attack when Antonio got through and actually should have passed it to Vlasic. And Antonio was in a similar position where he was when he should have passed to Ben Rama in the last game. But honestly, I thought all the best attacks were ours. We got the ball into the box in dangerous areas far more than they did. And for all En-Nesyri's aerial prowess, and he does spring well into the air. I mean, fortunately, he's not. It didn't seem to be particularly good at heading once he got there. So even though I think he won a few headers, there wasn't an awful lot happening as a result at the end of it. And I really liked the way actually it done Zuma, did Dawson, did Zuma again, then did Dawson again, and then later on in the game there was a chance that actually Ben Johnson just went, leave that. This is how you deal with him, bang, and Ben Johnson dealt with him. So I was really pleased to see that.
They scored on the hour mark, but 15 minutes in the second half, just before they did score. I'm not going to lie, Gonzo. I thought Sevilla came out and they looked a little bit better than they went in at half time. I felt at half time, it's probably just confirmation bias and stuff, but I felt at half time they were going to have to come out and go for it because of the no way goal ruling. We were comfortable with a 0-0, and going back to our place with a 0-0 was probably a bit dangerous on their part. So I felt like Sevilla, you're going to have to come out and do something a little bit more. You need to take a few more risks. And I wouldn't say they were taking more risks in the second half, but I thought they started off on the front foot, and I thought they were starting to look a little bit better. I mean, I thought the first half was a really good game, by the way. I thought both teams were going for it. There is danger that sometimes these games, it can, on paper, look like it could be a 0-0, the best defence in the league. We can be good. We can be a bit goal shy as well. I thought both teams were at it for 45 minutes, but the second half, I just felt like they upped the game a little bit. However, they did get the breakthrough, Gonzo. They've scored the most set pieces in La Liga, and they scored from one tonight.
Yeah, that never should have happened, though. Great technique for the shot, by the way. Really, really, really good. I don't know. The trouble is, without going back and watching the other corners and seeing who was targeted to pick him up, it's hard to say whose man that was. Someone's getting a smack bum for that, though. As I tell you, that you can't leave somebody.
It was a free kick, though. I don't know if that's possibly throwing us out a little bit. The delivery was from a free kick.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, they'll all be disappointed with that one because that's not. I guarantee they'll get into the training ground and say, "Look, we covered this sort of stuff. There should have been somebody there. That's not. You don't do drills through the week and leave that space vacant. So that easily cut out, easily avoided that goal. What I thought was the bigger problem was there was and I don't wish to overly pick him out because I don't feel particularly negative after what I've just seen there. Far from it. In fact, far from it. But there was a 7-minute spell where I felt a little bit Vlasic, but particularly Fornals, the passing was not fitting of a professional game of football, a professional footballer, I've got to say, and it surrendered our momentum because actually in that second half, I thought we had a really good shot. It was Souček's shot. I felt Rice was growing into the game. If you go back and watch that second half, Rice is really starting to grow into the game now. He's starting to stride forward, doing more. And then we just saw this sort of super sloppy passing from Pablo Fornal. So as a team, we were getting in and around their 18-yard box. And just when it required that extra pass, that little 1-2, we were trying to do triangles. He just repeatedly gave the ball away. And I do sort of start counting when it is at that point. But I mean, he gave the ball. This is in the second half. He gave the ball away 4 times in a really short space of time. And they kept on counterattacking. And the thing is, because we were getting into our stride and Rice was stop not sitting directly in front. It was almost a back 3 with Rice in that first half. Sometimes he dropped that deep. And because we were starting to progress up the pitch and we were starting to get into the game, to give them counterattacks. Now, it wasn't trying hard balls, by the way. I'm not talking big dinks over the top. I'm talking 3 or 4 yard passes that he just wasn't making. They were able to spring, and I felt we handed them momentum. They did come out a bit more fruity, I'll grant you that, but we really handed them momentum with that. And then we just had this sort of combination. I felt where there was a lot of us trying to play a little bit quicker, and it just started breaking down by those two, and Souček as well. I felt as well at this point he looked quite clumsy. So you had clumsy Souček, Vlasic was losing the ball, and Fornals was sort of terrible at that point. But I don't, it was just this 7-minute period killed us. I felt.
Yeah, I can't disagree with you, actually. I thought we were getting sloppy in the second half. And I think the warning signs were there in the first half, though. I thought Souček was struggling a little bit in the first half. I thought Fornals' passing was a little bit off in the first half. And Vlasic wasn't doing great either. In the second half, it was almost like all the warning signs came worse in one go. And I think the other warning sign in the first half was their corner. They had a corner and they lobbed it to the edge of the 18-yarder to Acuna, who I thought was fantastic for them at left back. I thought he was absolutely brilliant. And he volleyed it. It went wide, but it was just a warning, which is we've got plans. We've got sort of training ground stuff here to have. So when they scored their free kick, I mean, we've seen the replay about 5-10 times. Couldn't tell you who's marking Munir, if anyone, possibly nobody. And they've all ran towards the ball when it's getting delivered. And they've just, there you go, mate, dink that to the far post and put it on a plate. And it's a fantastic finish from him as well. And I think at that point, I thought perhaps they might have deserved the goal. Like I said, I think in the second half, I thought they came out and they were looking looking good and they were looking for the goal. We probably deserved a goal too, but they got theirs. And then from then on, I don't know. I just think it sucked all our enthusiasm and momentum out of us a little bit. And I think we saw, without watching Sevilla too much, I imagine that this is classic Sevilla, what we saw from then on in, which is got a goal up, pass the ball about. If the other team get a bit of momentum, take a couple of minutes with a throw in or something like that. And I just think we saw their experience come in, we saw their class come in, and it was frustrating because we couldn't really get anything going. We weren't doing great ourselves at this point, but anytime we did get something going, they just snuffed it out like that. We had that bit down the right hand side where it got cut back to Lanzini, fantastic block by Navas, but he knew just to lay down. He knew, right, I'm just going to lie here and pretend I'm hurt. So the referee blows up. I get a little bit of treatment. The game resumes, and all the momentum's gone. I just thought we were almost seeing classic Sevilla, and it was thoroughly frustrating. I agree with you. I thought we were getting sloppy. At one point, Dawson did a really sloppy pass. He almost put the boy through on goal in the end with it. Zuma got a booking for Niles trying to nutmeg somebody in our own corner and stuff. And I just thought, oh, come on. We're just getting a little bit almost lazy to some extent. It finished 1-0, but what do you make of the overall performance and the second half performance?
I thought we were good. I mean, we've been listening to. No, look, don't get me wrong. The last 2 or 3 days has been a lot more positivity. I feel towards it. I think maybe because the fans are out there and everyone started getting into it. But we've been hearing since the draw was happening. You see the comments. I wouldn't bother, lads. We're going to get slaughtered by Sevilla. How many times have you read that? Loads. That's what you've been getting. Not by everybody, all right, but there's been a lot of that. And 1-0 at their place. I tell you what, I thought their crowd, they made a good old racket, didn't they? Their crowd, really vibrant stadium as well. I know they might not have had their best centre back playing or whatever, but you know what? We had our own problems. West Ham had our own problems today. To make no mistake about that too. Our first knockout game in Europe was it since 1981? There were points in that game where we looked like a seasoned European team. I felt in a lot of times we actually looked like an Italian team, funny enough. I really did. I'm very, very pleased with what I saw. I can put the goal down. I see what happened with the goal. I don't know who was marking him. But why we don't know, they will know. Moyes and Nolan, the old little iPad there, they'll know straight away where that goal came from, right? And someone's getting a smack bum. I know how the momentum shifted in that game as well. I don't feel that we've just come up against the 1970s Brazil team there at all. They are a decent side, Geo, a decent side, Sevilla. But I tell you what, I think away from home against the tournament favourites in their stadium, but the stadium the final's going to be held at. Oh, we did ourselves proud, actually. And I tell you what now, and even though I had a little thing about 4 hours there, I think he was stopping. I was still proud of him, particularly in the first. In the first half, I was proud of all of those players and the shift that they put in. Even Vlasic with his misses. I don't mean his wife. I mean his misses on goal. You know what? For fair play, he tried to use his strength. He was trying to battle. Even Souček. Souček was sloppy, but you know what? Look at that tackle he made in our own box. He got all the way back, slid in, made a tackle. Thought they were really good blocks. A great double block at the start from Declan Rice and Ben Johnson straight at the start. I thought there was a lot of positives to take from that. And they are not going to be puffing out their chest, strolling into London, thinking we got this lot. Lex, I tell you what, because if we got Bowen back, there's small margins in that game. Bowen back, and only takes 4 hours not to play. I don't know if it was because it was Spain or what. I don't know. He wanted it too much or something like that. I don't know. There's something happened. But you want to do that badly again? I was quite pleased with what I saw.
Yeah, I agree. I thought in the first half, in the half time, I was thinking we look like we belong here. We look like we belong in this competition. Here we are at the home of the favourites, one of the favourites for the competition. We're giving them a damn good game. It's 0-0, and in a weird way, it deserves to be 0-0. It probably deserves to be 1-1. But you know what I'm saying? We deserve to be drawing at halftime. We were there drawing on merit, not because of any fluke or anything like that, because we deserve to be. This is Sevilla. This is the most successful team in the competition historically. That's a fact. It's the second team in La Liga. Fact. Best defense in La Liga. Fact. And the only thing that separated us come 90 minutes is a fantastically worked set piece. Let's make no bones about it. That is not quite, I'm not going to call it genius, but the next thing down is a fantastically well executed free kick. The idea was good, but the execution was good. The cross was fantastic, and the finish was absolutely brilliant. They could try that another 10 times tonight and miss 8 of them. Whether the cross isn't quite good enough, one of our players catches on last minute and goes and snuffs it out. The shot doesn't go in. Anything. Everything had to be perfect for that free kick to go in, and it was. And it's just one of them. It happens, and this is where we got a bit of a slap, if you like. You're playing Sevilla, a fantastic team here. You're going to need more than hard work. And I thought we turned up with the hard work. I think there was a few nerves. I'm going to put a lot of the players' performances down. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt a little bit and suggest that nerves perhaps got to some of them. And I don't want to use the phrase bottled it, because I think that would be a bit harsh. I think you can understand why the occasion got to them. It is a big occasion. It is a big game. Like you said, the crowd was rocking, home fans and the away fans. That atmosphere must have been different. And with the greatest of respect to the Premier League, actually, I don't care how this comes across. You don't get that in the Premier League. There's no home ground in the Premier League you go to where the home fans are jumping up and down like that for large portions of the game. It's not like that. The away fans make the noise in the Premier League. I wouldn't be surprised if some of our players stood there tonight thinking, bloody hell, this place is a cauldron, isn't it? I thought we played well. I think they probably deserve to edge it come the end of the 90 minutes. But you know something? I said before the game, and as did you, and that is if we lose by a goal, we're okay with it to some extent because we take it back to the London Stadium. Those nerves won't be there next week. The nerves are on Sevilla. They're leading. They're coming into this as firm favourites for the second tie. It's only half time in the tie. All we need to do is win by a goal to take it to extra time. There's no away goal ruling. I'm not going to lie. Not going to lie, Gonzo. It was 10, 15 minutes ago. I was a little bit like, not sure. I'm okay with a 1-0 defeat after all this, despite what I've been saying. But I'm trying to be realistic and remember before it, because I felt like they were there for the taking a little bit, and there was a little bit of me perhaps a little bit disappointed in the last 10, 15 minutes. I felt like we were a little bit tired. I thought fatigue crept in. Yes. I felt like there was a few tired legs out there. I thought the Ben Rama sub was light personnel, but I was a bit flustered as to why we put Ben Rama on the left when Navas was almost in our final third the whole time. So Ben Rama was going to be pinned back against. I thought Navas was the most creative player out there tonight. Every time he got the ball, he's sending in a wicked cross. I thought, ooh, putting Ben Rama up against him's a bit risky. And then when I saw Moyes' other two subs, which was bringing on Mark Noble, then bringing on Masuaku, it was quite clear to me that David Moyes was okay with a 1-0 defeat tonight. Yeah. I felt like Moyes was protecting the 1-0 deficit, thinking, you know what, I'll take this back to London Stadium as well. You don't have to agree with it in the sense that the manager is okay with that, but I felt like that's what he did. And I get it, because on occasions they did get to counter-attack. They looked bloody dangerous. I sort of get it. He's thinking, right, let's get back to London Stadium. We're still in the tie. We've learned a lot about Sevilla tonight, and we will have learned a lot about Sevilla. And we'll go again next week. Right, Gonzo, before we talk about individual performers, because it's the last 16 of Europa League, we've got 2 promotions on for 24 hours only. I'm taking these offers down tomorrow night, right? So first of all is our online store, links in description. And if you use the code LAST16 Europa, you'll get 10% off anything in the store. And if you go to our Patreon, patreon.com/Hammers Chat, you join for a year subscription, you'll get 16% off. You'll save 16% off. Usually you save 10%. That's our usual annual saving. But 16, funnily enough, is the maximum we can do on Patreon. Doesn't let us do above 16 for some reason. So 16% off if you join our Patreon in the next 24 hours and join up for the full year. Gonzo, individual performers, take your pick, my friend.
I thought Zuma, aside from the heading thing, I thought actually he got some really good blocks in. I thought he did really well actually for a lot of it.
I thought he got nervous after his booking. I thought he was good until he got booked. Then I thought he was a bit shaky.
Yeah. Fair point, mate. I felt Rice, again, as I said earlier, grew into the game. I don't think there were a bunch. I don't think we had a bunch of standout performances. We're going to do the player ratings video tomorrow. It's not going to be full of 9s and 10s and stuff like that. But there were some really solid performances. I thought Antonio did as well as he could.
Yeah.
Consider, and I've said, look, he kicked the air at one point. You know, that's it's not very good. I don't want to use words like unforgivable. It's forgivable, all right. But it's not befitting of a Premier League football. Put it that way, right? He kicked the air when the ball was there. The ball. Then next to it, there was the air, and he kicked the air. So there you go. But I thought, by and large, bearing in mind that the ball wasn't really sticking to the two guys that were meant to be supporting him, which was Fornals and Vlasic, I did feel he was on his own. So I felt he did well. I thought he held the ball up well, sort of manhandled the defenders pretty well. That was cool. I thought Lanzini really tried to knit the play together, but I felt that he was caught off guard a little bit by the pace. I wonder if Lanzini had heard about this referee and thought, I'm going to get everything here. And actually, it turned out the referee let the physical parts of the game go. As I was expecting, because of what you said. But actually, some referees look at it and they don't think it's a contact sport. Obviously, football is a contact sport. Referee looks at that, think that's a contact sport. No, that'll go. You're allowed to go shoulder to shoulder with someone. You're allowed to lean on someone. And I think Lanzini played well in terms of a lot of the time he had the ball, but where maybe in the Premier League he might have felt someone against him and gone down and got a free kick. The referee was saying, you ain't getting a free kick. So I think Lanzini got caught out an awful lot there, which I think hindered some of our passing play. I felt Souček just looked tired and clumsy, and I don't feel he did. He was given a good opportunity by Moyes today. Moyes definitely said, right, Declan's sitting. You're up there, mate. Go and do some stuff. And he didn't do any stuff. I did think the tackle was really good, but our tackle in our 6-yard box, that wasn't why he was there. I thought he caught the shot quite well, but you're looking at that point for Vlasic, for Souček, for Fornals to really impact the game. I just felt we lacked a cutting edge. I felt we lacked a cutting edge tonight. Yeah, there's some players for you.
I think we struggled massively with their fullbacks, both of them, Acuna and Navas. I thought they were both exceptional for Sevilla tonight. I thought they got forward really, really well. Their crossing was good. They wouldn't always just cross it, though. Sometimes Acuna, Munir's effort in the very first half, when he got sort of played in on the 18-yarder, he took it really early and rolled it wide. That pass is fantastic from a left back. He just slid it in. There you are. And I thought, wow, this geezer's good. I've never heard of him before. And I think that troubled us a lot. I think that pinned Vlasic and Fornals back quite a lot. And I don't think either of them had particularly great games either. I think you're right about Souček. I think Moyes almost took the shackles off him a little bit tonight. And I understand why. We can get on the counter-attack and get some crosses in, get him in the box. And he was in the box. He was in the right positions. He just was ineffective. And I think out of everybody tonight, there's one player I'm looking at thinking the next leg, who would I swap? He's probably top of the list, actually, despite Fornals' passing being crap and Vlasic being a bit anonymous. But saying that, he was the one that tested the goalkeeper from long range. Should have scored, there's no doubt about it, but he was the one that took the effort on. I thought Zuma played really well until his booking. I thought Creswell played really well. I was a bit worried early doors, I'll be honest with you. First 5-10 minutes, Munir kept starting out on the right and coming deep to get the ball, and Creswell would go with him. I thought, oh no, this is going to be a disaster. But didn't see anything after that. There was no problems from Aaron Creswell. I thought he had a really good game. I thought Declan Rice had a good game as always. Antonio done well, worked hard. Lots of positives to take, and it's either almost like people had a good game or a really bad game. There's almost no in between, really. It's almost like nobody had just an average game. We are both ignoring one person, so I think we might have the same man of match again. But any final words from yourself before we do the man of match? Oh, but I'll just add one thing. That little tussle at the end, which got Rice and Ocampos booked, really good news for West Ham, that, because Ocampos now misses the second leg. So arguably that little row from Declan Rice has done us the world of good. They're now missing one of their most effective players for the second leg.
Nice. It probably means we won't sell outside in Nesri either. If Declan's staying, we don't sign in Nesri because they say, not him. I feel a little bit bad, Gio. I feel a little bit bad. I can see people in the chat, and there's a lot of people downbeat about it. And I hope they can, lift themselves a little bit, because I've waited a long time for this, and I really enjoyed watching that game. I felt I was nervous before it, but actually once they started kicking the ball around, I thoroughly enjoyed that, and that's all I wanted. That's all I asked for. I would have, as I said from the very start, if we can take this back to next week. At our ground, brilliant. And how, haven't we done well? I think that's the thing. Little old West Ham, to wait this long and to do that, and they are not through. They are not through. They have not won. And I'm really chuffed about that. It's game on. It is still game on massively.
Man of the match?
Johnson. I was so pleased for him.
I'll confess. He was the one I was most worried about before when I saw the lineups, and I said to you, there might be a few nerves kicking in tonight and stuff. He was the one I was thinking, I hope he don't balls this up actually, because he's the most inexperienced player in our starting 11. Not just age, but in terms of what experience he's got and stuff. But
it's an amazing feather in the cap for the academy. I really think so. It's a real success story, and I understand. There's a lot of. There is that many negatives, but look, some people want to concentrate on negatives. I get it, but rejoice in that. That we have produced a player for our academy, and tonight he played in knockout stages of European football, and he looked like a grown man and a seasoned player. And there was one point in particular where he was trying to bring it out. It was the bit where Cresswell applauded him. And so bloody right they should applaud him, because the guy blocked him off to stop him doing what he wanted to do, which was go down the line and play the ball down to Vlasic. The ball inside into midfield and to Souček was off. He couldn't do that because that was blocked. He only had one option, and that was, well, he actually had two. He could either play it back to the centre-back, but the little geezer was poised and trying to buzz in behind, or switch play. But if he was going to switch play to Cresswell, it had to be the whole width of the pitch, and he had to play it with his weaker foot, with his left foot. And it was an impressive pass with your stronger foot, with your weaker foot. And that was their press, and it just nullified their press straight away and allowed us to attack down the other side. Wasn't even the best thing he did all game. I thought that, he, as I say, showed the way with how to deal with Nesri. There you go. That's how you deal with him, fellas. A robust defensive performance, and he put some really good ball in for the cross that Antonio chested down, and then Antonio laid it off for the long shot, didn't he? So all in all, I think a solid right back performance. Well done, Ben Johnson. Proud of him today.
Yeah, I completely agree. The only thing I have an issue with in regards to Ben Johnson is his attacking play in the final third. We didn't ask him to do that tonight. We're going to have to in the second leg. It's a different conversation for next Thursday. But for tonight, it was pretty much you're up against some top wingers, you're up against some top attacking midfielders, you do the defensive job. And I thought Dawson looked ropey consistently through 90 minutes. I thought Zuma looked ropey once you've got booked, and their one striker kept winning every header when the ball came into the box. So them two are failing, if you like. I thought Cresswell had an iffy 10 minutes, then got into the game okay. Ben Johnson, nothing. First minute to last minute, faultless. Won everything. That point at the end there when they went on the counter-attack and it looked like Dawson's pace was going to do us. Dawson just goes boom, running past everybody and heads it back to Areola. And bloody hell, where's he come from? He read the game superb. He read the game unbelievable. And things like that are just key moments in the game where you've got to be switched on for 90 minutes. Every time the ball went out, the ball could have went out for a throw-in on the opposite side of the pitch. I'm sure he'd have ran and got the ball for it as well. I could almost feel myself watching when the ball went out of play, just small things like a goal kick, you were just running at the ball and stuff. It almost felt like urging the whole team on because of Ben Johnson's attitude on the pitch and stuff. It was very infectious tonight, but I thought he was brilliant, to be honest with you. I thought he was really, really good. And we finished the game with 3 players from the academy on the pitch. And, this is the last 16 of the Europa League. We've got 3 players that have come through the academy representing us on that part tonight, which is a fantastic achievement. There's a lot of reasons to be proud of this club tonight. We can be proud of the academy. We can be proud of the fact that 2 years ago, the Premier League broke up with COVID. We were in a relegation battle. 4 years ago, Bubbles was on the pitch picking up a corner flag in protest to the board, and it was kicking off inside the ground. We've come a long, long way in a very short space of time. And what it does do, it gives hope to not just West Ham fans, but every other fan of clubs as well that are having a bit of a crap time for whatever reason, that this is how short you can turn it around. But it gives West Ham fans hope that, look at us, we've just competed with Sevilla tonight. It's game on. We're going down. Okay, it's not ideal. But I tell you what, everybody going to the London Stadium next Thursday is now rubbing their hands saying, bring it on. Everybody will be there. This is an occasion. It's not just 90 minutes. You said to me earlier, I'm going early. I'm turning up early for the game. I'm hoping to get on the road first thing in the morning. We'll do our breakfast show Thursday. I'm hoping we're going to get going. I'm hoping to be in London for noon. Looking forward to it. It's a massive occasion for us next Thursday. Just game on. Anything else you'd like to add before we disappear?
No. As you say, game on. It's half time. It's half time, and we've got Bowen to come back. So let's look forward to the second half.
Yeah, it won't be easy. We saw how good Sevilla are tonight, but this is the point. They are good. They are a top team. We're just giving them a bloody run for their money, actually. Anyway, myself and Gonzo are going to leave it there. If you enjoyed this review, drop a like on it. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Back tomorrow night for a review of the preview of the Villa game. The game's coming thick and fast anyway. But like I said, we've got a promotion on now just for the next 24 hours only. The shop. What was the code, Gonzo?
West Ham last 16?
Last 16 euro, Pat. I'll put it in the description in pin comments. Last 16 euro.
That's Hammers Chat Store. HammersChatStore.com.
Links are in the description. 10% off everything. And if you want to join our Patreon, patreon.com/HammersChat. Links in description. 16% off your annual subscription. 24 hours only. Come Saturday. Offers gone. Anyway, Gonzo, I'll catch you tomorrow morning for the player ratings.
Look forward to it, mate.